Today I'm going to guide you through the process of changing the oil on a Saab B207 petrol engine. Remove the oil filler from the cam cover at the top of the engine. That allows air into the engine whilst the oil drains out below. I'd also recommend that you wear protective gloves. With a 15mm spanner or socket, loosen off the sump plug. A nice wide top oil drain pan is extremely handy. Back up top, while the oil's draining below, you need to take the cap off the oil filter housing. For that, you'll need a 32mm socket. As you lift the filter out, the non-return valve opens because that's part of the filter housing, and any oil in the oil ways and in the oil cooler drains back. Pause a few minutes before you lift the filter out, let that oil drain away. There's a good view now that the cap is off and the oil filter is out. And there is the filter cap and the old filter. To separate the oil filter, just pull it out. I never wipe the inside of the filter cap, simply because I don't want to leave behind any debris like cloth fibres or tissue fibres. So I just put it somewhere safe on top of a tissue or a cloth. Another reason that I like these big wide oil pans, as well as it being easy to aim the oil from the sump into the pan itself, the position of this doesn't matter too much, doesn't have to be too precise, but also very easy to pour it into a suitable container. With the drain pan still underneath, I like to pour about half a litre into the top of the engine to help flush away the last of the dirty oil. Now, the design of these cam covers is such that there's a stopper here that allows some oil to drain into the cam chamber, but there's a cover inside there that if you pour the oil quickly, it will run across the top of the cover and down drain channels in the sides. So because I want to make sure that I get some oil down the chain and the timing gear, that's why I'm pouring it gently. I also like to do the same down the filter chamber. As you can see at the moment, there's some dirty oil in the bottom of it. So I pour about 1/4 of a litre in, and it pretty much takes all that dirty oil away with it and drains back through the pump into the sump. But I like to give it 5 minutes now to thoroughly drain before I refill. Go and make a cuppa. With your new filter, you should get a new O-ring to put on the cap. You can take the old O-ring off using a small screwdriver, like so, but I prefer with a sharp knife. The reason for that is that once you've cut it, that can go in the bin, but if you do put it down somewhere, there's no chance of mistaking that for the new one. Having cut the old O-ring off the oil cap, don't forget to put the new oil ring on. Fit the new filter to the cap, simply press it into place. Make sure that the oil pressure relief spring is working okay. You need to drop it in square to make sure that this end goes in the centre hole, and then screw the cap down. Get your 32mm socket and tighten it down to 25 Newton meters. And all the time I was doing that, the sump plug is still out from underneath so that the last of the oil can drain. Now I've pulled the drain pan from under the car and I've returned the sump plug into its hole and tightened it to the necessary torque. Now these engines take 6 litres, so I always start by pouring a fresh 5-litre tub straight in, and 1 more litre to make up the 6. I have actually found that putting 6 litres in, measured like this, is almost exactly right, and when I check the dipstick tomorrow, the oil will be just below the high mark. Return the dipstick to its tube. Don't attempt at this stage to measure the level because we haven't started the engine yet. Put the cap back on and it's time to start up. It took only about 3 or 4 seconds for the red oil pressure warning light to go out. Up to about 5 or 6 seconds is acceptable, and you might even hear a little top end rattle on initial startup. In the first 30 seconds, let it idle naturally. Don't rev it up until the oil has fully circulated. I hope you found this video helpful and useful. Please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, add any comments you've got into the comments section, any experiences you've had that might help other viewers. All gratefully received. Thanks very much, and see you next time.